Another week, another trading cycles video. We have made it to week 35 of the year 2023. Before we continue on here with our regularly scheduled show, I would like to, remind you guys that we don't provide financial advice here. All the content that we share is intended for educational purposes only, and always trade the price and not the prediction. How are you doing, Gomez?
I'm doing all right. I hope everyone else as well. Although to name it a show is a bit overrated, I think.
It's more of a figure of speech than an actual show.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, let's have a look then what has happened there on the market as we do here. So with our little own twist, obviously. All right. So as we see, the market is overall red. Yeah, so that's kind of meaning that it's not going well at the moment. Yeah, so it's rather correcting. Yeah, and I think by the end of this correction, as we can call it now, it was just under 6% decline. Yeah. And now, as we thought, the market started to bounce back from that, and it has been kind of whipsawed here for the past couple of days. So it's not an easy market to trade at the moment. Obviously, if you are an investor, then yeah, there's nothing to worry about. This is quite normal correction at the moment. So in most cases, these things happen a couple of times a year at least, sometimes more. Yeah. But at the moment, I think we are still seeing some sort of raise here for the next week as well, possibly at least for the first half. And I think the decline will continue in September. And seasonally, we are in quite weak month for stock market, and that's something to be aware of. So we can expect that correction to go possibly to 10% area by the end, yeah, or maybe even more. So that's something to keep an eye on. And if it's going to be more than 10%, obviously that's not anymore a normal correction. Then it might turn into some sort of panic at some point. So obviously at the moment our trading strategy is following the price quite closely, and we are looking rather short positions than long positions at this stage. Yeah. So let's have a look what we had in mind for seasonality here. So last week we did indicate that the market will be quite flat from Spider's side, and it wasn't quite that flat. It was rising in the beginning of the week, and the second half was a bit flat. Yeah. Although it looks like the Q's seasonal prediction was a bit better if you compare those price actions. Yeah, so that kind of fits better into the picture. But overall, it's quite accurate so far. And now a 50-day moving average of the broad market has been on decline, and it did continue its decline last week. So it's now almost to the 30% area, and possibly moving even lower. Yeah. So that's also in, so to say, as it should be, or as we expected. All right. Yield curve is still inverted, no changes so far, although this is a very long process, so we might be looking at the same picture for quite a long time. All right. Be aware, and we are waiting until the curve is gonna normalize, and then we will see some sort of action there on the market as well, yeah, or in the economy, if you look at the wider picture. Yeah. Sector rotation is still in progress. So yeah, not much has been changed since last week, but yeah, it's still moving very slowly though, clockwise. Yeah, and fear and greed index has well, it is in neutral zone at the moment, although it was closer to fear last week, I believe. Yeah, this week it's a bit more positive there. Yeah. Now, astrologically, as we spoke last week, Mercury turned retrograde on Wednesday, and that's where we saw the top of the market. So that did indicate a turn again. Now, next week we have Uranus turning retrograde as well. So that's something to bear in mind, as it is in conjunction with seasonal prediction as well. I'll get to that in a moment. Just remember that Tuesday might be a quite important turning point on the markets. Yeah. Seasonally, we're still in decline, as you know, as I said earlier. Our optimized 60-year cycle was indicating a short-term raise of prices, and it indicates the same for this coming week, but we might see some sort of turn there already, so be aware. And now let's look at the seasonal prediction for the next week. So that indicates as well that we might have a turning point on Tuesday, the 29th. Yeah, at least for spiders. For Qs, it's a bit different picture. So we might see some sort of topping of that price action there. So it might not be that sharp anymore. It might just start turning around, yeah, at some point. But we do expect the decline to continue still. All right, let's have a look at some other markets as well. So gold market did turn finally. That's what we anticipated here, and it did happen. So we are in this bullish period now, seasonally as well. And well, that's not going there. So let's look at Bitcoin then. Yeah, Bitcoin is in decline, and seasonally it's also very weak. So that's going according to prediction as well. No changes there. And the VIX index is in quite similar stage as well. So nothing major has happened just yet. All right, so shortly put, that's the stage where we are. Obviously, it is quite difficult market at the moment. If you are trading, then be aware that you might be whipsawed out, because these moves are quite sharp sometimes. And as we saw last week, then the market did go back to that support level that we had there before, but now it's a resistance there. So basically it turned back down again, and now it's at another support level here, sitting on that. Yeah. So we might see that price action moving in that channel until it breaks out to some side, either up or down. Yeah. And until it's kind of oscillating here in that channel, it's quite difficult to take those positions, because you might be stopped out quite easily. Yeah. All right, so yeah, that's about it for this week. Next week we will have a look at September turning points as well. We will put them on the charts and go through them as well. Yeah. All right, so that's all, I think, from my side for this week.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much, Romas. And thank you for watching and listening. As always, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell notification icon so you get notified when we upload next. If you have any questions, if there's a stock that you'd like us to look into, or any sort of thoughts you want to share with us, please leave those in the comment section down below. We're happy to read and help out. As well as that, click the like button if you're already down there, just so we know that you're watching and that you like the videos that we put out. And if nothing else, just share the video with your neighbors or whomever. just so we can share the knowledge with more people. But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching and listening once again, and we shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Thank you as well. Have a great week.